Max Martin, Dolly Parton, Ryan Tedder, and Ashley Gorley. What do all of these songwriters have in common? Aside from writing a huge percentage of the world's hit songs, and aside from being uber successful and having huge careers, it's their habits. They're normal humans, just like you and I. They all have experienced failures and setbacks, but they've also developed habits that have helped them achieve this massive success. In my career as a writer and producer, I've been fortunate enough to achieve some great success on my own. I've been able to win a Grammy and win a bunch of other awards. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 7 habits that I believe make a successful songwriter. Habit number 1, consistency. Do it daily. Even if it's an hour a day, do it. Make it a lifestyle. It's like being in the gym. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The less you do it, the harder it is. This is where people normally run into writer's block. I personally don't believe writer's block is actually a real thing. It's more like muscle atrophy. Writing is a muscle, and if you don't use it, you will lose it. Use the early mornings to your advantage. You can wake up an hour earlier, or do this thing first thing in the day. Prioritize it. Use your calendar to your advantage, and ultimately, your calendar will tell me if you're a songwriter. So maybe this is a great week for you to do this right now, or next week. Just mark it down on your calendar, pick 3 or 4 days, and write for at least an hour a day. And I bet if you are not in the habit of doing this, you'll have massive breakthroughs simply by just doing this every single day. So number 2 is input. Inspiration and education on songwriting. This is where people are listening to new, great quality music, making time for it. This is the one that I often neglect and have to force myself to do, but I'm always glad when I do it. Taking courses, reading books, listening to podcasts, all of those things fall under this habit as well. Well-crafted films and documentaries can be great inspiration too. Having teachers and thought leaders or pastors that you look up to and feed your soul, that's going to be really key. To become a successful songwriter, you must find people to mentor you as a songwriter. So find people that you look up to and emulate them and learn from them. Habit number 3 is co-writing. This is the secret weapon for most pro songwriters out there. The vast majority of pro hit songs are co-written, as you can see from this Spotify image that's up on the screen. And you can see how many co-writers are on these hit songs. If you're not an artist, you need to be writing with other artists if you want your songs to have a shot at getting cut. Co-writing changed the game for me personally as a songwriter. I used to just sit by myself in my own studio or bedroom and write songs, just me. And I would get so frustrated when I hit a wall or couldn't figure out how to fix a boring song or a boring melody. When I was introduced to my first producer and he turned me on to co-writing, I never went back. I do still write some songs on my own, but the large majority of success I've achieved in this industry is because of co-writing. Most other pros would say the exact same thing. It's not the case of, here, I wrote this song, I'm pitching it to you. That's not really how it works most of the time. Most of the time, the artist is a co-writer on the song. Habit number 4 is relationship building. Relationship building with other writers. Go to writers' rounds regularly. Network with them online and offline. You want to be building relationships with industry professionals like managers, publishers, A&Rs, agents, whoever you can get in the room with or just get a virtual conversation with. And you also want to be building relationships with artists. These are ultimately who you want to be writing with, and you want to be writing with artists who are working on releasing new music all the time. And then ultimately, don't forget to build relationships with other everyday humans. Often the best songs come from real, everyday human relational experiences, so do not neglect spending time with the important people around you. Now, if you don't live in Nashville, that's absolutely okay. You can still build relationships from wherever you are, but the key that I'd love to leave you here with in this video is make sure that you are doing the thing on your own. Be writing songs on your own so that when you do meet someone, and you will meet people, you want to make sure that you have something to show them so they know, hey, this person's actually a songwriter. Habit number 5 is reading. Reading great literature, classics, well-written novels, both fiction and nonfiction. Take in the language and gain inspiration from the wordsmiths who expertly tell stories. I used to not be a reader, and now I am a reader. It really is that simple. You may feel like you're more of a TV watcher, but I promise you, reading does something radically different for the human mind. Even if you have to start easing into it with audiobooks, that's totally fine too. Replace watching junk TV with reading. Cut out some Netflix, you'll be fine. Trust me. Replace your binge watching with binge writing. Number 6, recording. It's about learning to self-produce and do quick, quality demos. This is the part of the toolbox of the modern songwriter's arsenal that is super, super key. And trust me, crappy work tapes and demos do not cut it anymore. I hear indie songwriter demos sent to me every day that sound radio ready. That is the bar that you have to strive for. And it can be a significant advantage to become a producer writer in today's music business. Being a producer can allow you to earn income up front while you're investing in writing, which all comes from the back end, like royalty streams and payouts. And it's also a huge value add for you to be able to have a great demo that you can send to the other co-writers and artists at the end of your session. And then number 7, last but certainly not least, the habit of hard work. This one is a no-brainer, but the most successful songwriters out there outwrite and outwork everyone else. They simply outwork their peers. Their output is often 3 to 5 times the amount of songs that average songwriters create. This part can't really be taught, but if you don't have a strong work ethic, you're just not gonna succeed in this business as a songwriter. I like to say that I don't believe in luck. Luck being something that happens to you, and I ultimately believe that you can make your own luck, and that comes by having an unstoppable work ethic. Now, in this business, there are no guarantees for success as a writer, as an artist, or as a producer. But I can guarantee you that if you don't adopt these 7 habits, you're not gonna have a shot at making it in the way that you hope to. I hope this video was super helpful, and if you loved it and learned something new that you didn't know when you woke up this morning, hit that like and subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on more amazing content like this. Also, if you want one of your songs reviewed by me and my team, be sure to check out our website at fullcirclemusic.com. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to comment below with your favorite songwriter. We'll see you in the next video.